We're here.
What's up, people? It's nice to see you again.
I'm Aaron.
Kurt.
I'm Bailey.
And I'm Joe.
Brandon, Joe.
Today, for you lovely ladies and gentlemen that are watching, if you are, we have the Try Not to Laugh challenge that our lovely producer has created himself.
Give it up for Devin.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
All golf clap.
Now, if you wish to see a random video, click on Bailey's face. If you wish to go visit Kurt's channel, click on his face.
Usual.
And if you wish to go to Devin's channel, click on Aaron's face.
Perfect.
Don't click on my face. You won't get nothing.
So, what's the punishment for whoever laughs the most?
The punishment for whoever laughs the most in this video.
So Joey.
Vote of confidence. Thank you. Again, with our creator, he has made a fan fiction.
Erotic fan fiction.
Get it right.
A fan fiction of sorts. Whoever laughs the most has to read it to you, people.
Read it once before. It gets me going.
It gives you a little chub.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm at the bottom of Master Hill.
Remy, come. Remy, sit. Speak.
Fuck!
Good girl.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
That was it's making me laugh.
I'm sorry.
Here's Johnson. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your eyes.
I knew it would get me.
You're all
I knew it got me too.
my arms are open wide. Hello.
No, Susie, don't walk in the road!
Look, Mom, I made it!
I am a Stegosaurus.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in. It's a shame on me now. Flew me to places I've never been. Now I'm lying on the cold, hard ground. Trouble, trouble,
There isn't any dogs in this game. This is how you eat a Big Mac, nigga. Cuz what the fuck? Hey, come on, son. Come on, son. Damn, son. Come on, guys.
This reminds me of when I was in commerce.
Aaron's being a champ. I'm sorry I'm laughing so much. I'm not even watching the video.
Fucking strap.
Dakota laughed so much at that one.
Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the D.R.E.
Hey, Joey, you want to eat me?
No thanks, Mr. Muffin.
But I want to die.
Can I get a waffle? Can I please get a waffle?
And yet, things may not finish as we thought they would. For sometimes the weak are capable of cunning dissimulation.
Snoop Dogg! You know what happened with the deep?
Devin just got bodied.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi.
My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba, but it does contain the unstoppable John C. I've assembled all 5 special cards, all 5 pieces of the puzzle. It's not possible. No one's ever been able to call him John Cena!
I'm a sensitive guy with too much pride. I'm a sensitive guy who loves a good cry. Just 'cause I'm a guy doesn't mean I don't cry. I'll cry in front of you. I'll cry on the moon. God save me. I cry with my shoes. I chew. God bless you. Let's cry. I'm delicate.
Take one of this!
And that's that.
Awesome. So, this is my punishment for laughing so much. I get to read a lovely fan fiction for all you lovely ladies and gentlemen. This was written by our producer, Devin. It was written 4 years ago, keep that in mind. Don't judge him off of it right now.
It was 4 years ago.
This is when he was younger. And this,
11th grade.
when he was in the 11th grade. This story is called The Sad Tale of a Zombie Pigman Named Rick. Hope you enjoy it. Let us start off with the fateful day when Rick first traveled from his home, the Nether, to the Overworld. It all started when some humans in a tree village decided to build a portal that allows them to travel back and forth from the Nether. Before I go any further, I should probably tell you that Rick isn't a human. No, you see, Rick is a zombie. And not just any kind of zombie, though. It was much worse. Rick was a zombie pigman. Zombie pigmen are extremely rare to see in the overworld. The only way you would ever see one is if lightning struck a pig. But in the Nether, zombie pigmen were quite a common sight. Well, enough of that. Let's continue the story. On the day when the humans in the tree village built their Nether portal, it was also the same day that Rick decided he wanted to leave all of his friends and family behind and go to a new world, filled with fun opportunities and adventures. Rick was just walking away from his home to try and find a new home when all of a sudden the humans' Nether portal appeared right smack in front of him. Rick waited because he thought it was suspicious. He thought that something was just going to pop out and try to eat him alive. After a few minutes of nothing happening, Rick decided he was going to go through the portal. He thought that whatever was on the other side would be better than what he already had in the Nether. So Rick took 2 steps back, then ran and jumped through the portal. A few moments passed, and Rick found himself in another dimension. This new dimension had a bunch of things Rick had never seen before. For example, Rick has never seen water before. Once Rick was completely through the Nether portal and in the overworld, he was greeted by humans that went by the names of Michael and Devin.
Michael?
Really?
Michael and me.
Rick thought that the 2 humans were being nice to him, when in reality, they were just trying to trap him somewhere where he couldn't escape. Once Rick was captured, he was horrified. He didn't know what the humans wanted with him. Did they want to dissect him and see what he was made of? Or did they want to cook him and eat him to see what he tastes like? Rick was scared out of his mind. Later on in the day, which felt like forever to Rick, but was really only about an hour, he discovered that the humans wanted him to be their pet. Rick was happy to find out that they weren't going to eat or dissect him, but he wanted to know why they wanted him as their pet. Rick, being a zombie pigman, couldn't communicate with the humans. Every time Rick tried to talk to the humans, the humans just heard him squealing because he sounds like a pig to them. Later, Rick also discovered that he was going to have a roommate. His roommate's name was Connor.
This is where it gets good.
When Connor first came home to see Rick in his room, he was scared. He didn't know if Rick was hostile and going to try to kill him, or if he was passive. Once he found that Rick was a passive creature, he tried to befriend him. Connor's first act of friendship towards Rick was by declaring that he had a roommate and put up a sign on the outside of their room saying, "Connor and Rick's home." Rick quickly grew used to the idea of being bridling.
Oh, Connor. Yeah, I was supposed to change it to Connor. Sorry.
The idea of being Connor's roommate after how nice he was being to him. As a gift, Connor gave Rick a dirt block. Oh, nice. Rick, coming from the Nether, they never had dirt blocks, so this was a special gift to him. Rick thought he was going to have a good time living there until later that fateful night.
Oh God! Poor Rick. That dirt block.
When Connor was finished with his monthly shower, that's gross as fuck. He was.
Come on, this is where it gets good.
He was struck. What the fuck?
Go on, read it.
I'm trying. Alright, let me just start over.
You're a pretty good reader so far.
When Connor was finished with his monthly shower, he was strutting around the room completely naked. This made Rick feel very uncomfortable. Wonder why. And Rick just kept wishing he would put some clothes on. About 5 minutes later, Connor walked over to Rick and shoved him onto the bed.
What? It gets better!
Connor used some of the string that he had gotten from killing spiders, and at the spider spawner earlier that night, to tie Rick to the bed so he couldn't move.
What?
the fuck?
Macho.
Oh my god.
Macho.
Poor Rick. Connor then began to rape poor Rick. Connor, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh god. Connor shoved Rick's penis up his ass and started riding Rick's dick. Connor was having too much fun riding Rick's penis to even notice Rick squealing at the top of his lungs, trying to get help. I don't know if everyone in the town wasn't able to hear Rick's squeals, but I sure as hell know I could. Why would Connor do this to Rick? Who knows? Maybe it was one of his crazy fantasies. Connor once told me and Ben about one of his fantasies. Jesus fucking Christ. He wanted to have sex with 10 birds at the same time. And that's right, you heard me. Birds. I just shrugged it off and told him, whatever tickles your fancy, dude. But I think this was one of his crazy fantasies. Well, when Connor was finished riding Rick's dick until he untied Rick from the bed and went to sleep. Rick was paralyzed with fear so much that he couldn't move from the corner the entire night. Once Rick had finally regained his sanity, he desperately tried to find a way out of the room, but with no prevail. The only way in and out was through the front door, which was locked. Connor had locked the door before he started to rape Rick. But luckily, Rick remembered where he seen him hide the key. He remembered. Oh, Jesus fuck. He remembered that after he was done raping him, he took the key off of his crafting table and shoved it up his butt. Rick didn't even want to attempt to get it, so he just waited until morning. When morning finally came, and Connor woke up, he decided he was going to rape Rick again. This time, Connor stuck his mouth on Rick's penis and started to suck. He sucked Rick's penis for a good 20 minutes. He kept trying to get his mouth to go down the entire length of the penis, but he couldn't. Every time he tried, he could only get it about 3/4 of the way there. When Connor finally got bored of doing this, he used this secret trick to make Rick unload his hot cum inside of his mouth. Right after that, Connor forced Rick to make out with him so he could taste what he just unloaded in Connor's mouth.
What?
Oh God. Rick was about ready to kill himself at this point. He was so disappointed in what he found in this new dimension that he started to wish he had never left the Nether. Well, later that day when Connor finally left to go mining, Rick realized he left the door unlocked. Rick, without hesitation, quickly escaped and left the horrible place that he was forced to spend his time in. Rick went on a quest in the overworld, trying to find a new place he could live in the overworld. After a couple hours, Rick realized that he had forgotten his wallet in Connor's room. Fuck it, leave it, it's gone. So Rick, fearing identity theft...
You're a zombie pigman.
Wrong choice, man. Fearing identity theft, went back to the town, high up in the trees to retrieve his wallet. When he got back, he found out that the entire back wall had been removed for renovations to make the room bigger, since he was going to be living there. Once Rick walked back inside the house, Connor came home from the mine. Rick was so scared he didn't know what to do, so he quickly followed his instinct and jumped out of the room through the torn down wall. When Rick hit the ground, he didn't know what to do. He knew that Connor was going to start to chase him after him, so he got up and started running. But out from nowhere, Michael showed up and tried to catch Rick with his fishing pole.
Sounds like Michael.
This really irritated Rick, so Rick started to charge at Michael. Rick nearly killed him, but luckily for Michael, in Rick's haste, he fell off the top of the bridge all the way to the ground, which was 16 blocks down. Rick was really hurt, and before he could even recover to even try to run away, Connor was already down on the ground with him. Rick did the only thing he could think of and started to attack Connor. Connor gave Rick one good smack, and that knocked him unconscious. A few days later, when Rick finally woke up, he ran behind the nether portal and threatened to jump off if anybody bothered him. He is still there as of when I am writing this, but he might have jumped and died, or he might have went back to the nether by the time you are reading this. But as for now, this is the story of the poor zombie pigman Rick and his terrible ideals in the overworld. The end. True story.
It was a true story. You people are sick.
Scarred for life, people. I'm really sorry I did that to you all.
Came from my creative mind.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Oh my god. Poor Rick. Like, I want to cry for him.
Bring it out, Joe.
What does everybody... hold on. What does everybody rate my story?
0 out of 10.
No.
The story? It was a true story.
It was a...
No.
It was very spot on in detail.
Aaron was there!
I was there! Too detailed. Too detailed. No! Historically accurate.
Oh my god, Rick.
Kurt, what did you think of it first time hearing it?
Oh, 1 star for effort.
Where's Rick? I miss Rick.
I do too.
We're friends.
Yeah, me and Rick were friends, even though I trapped him and made him stay in Connor's house.
Yeah, we didn't know Connor was going to do that.
No, we had no idea.
Bring it out, Joe.
Alright, bring it out, Joe.
Oh my god. Well, that was my punishment and Rick's for laughing too much. Rick.
See, even now, Joey's laughing too much.
Poor Rick. No worry, I cried for him enough.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I did not actually get to preview what I would be reading to you people if I lost. So it's not entirely my fault. I'm sorry.
I was the only one who knew. Well, Aaron knew. Aaron read it 4 years ago.
Yeah.
When I originally released it.
Well, this was not fun in the slightest. It was the first part. That was fun. What happened to Rick?
There's a reason it was a punishment, Joe.
For who? Rick or Joey?
Both.
We'll see you all in the next video if you come back.
Yeah, remember to click on my face if you want to visit my channel with 50-something subscribers but no videos.
Dude,
I don't know how that works. I guess clicking on my face really made a difference.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more or what is it?
Non-stop entertainment.
Every like and comment is support to the Rick Fund.
The Rick Fund.
Maybe one day he'll be healthy.
1 like equals 1 prayer.
Click on Joey's face to see his non-existent channel.
I have a channel.
Yeah, Joe has a channel.
Yes.
Oh, click on his face for his channel, and click on Aaron's
I mean,
face.
I don't have a channel. I
For
got
Devin's
rid of
channel.
it.
For my channel. Alright, we're here?
My face for a random video.
Right here.
I'm gonna go fucking find Rick.